My wife and I recently took a trip up through the Adirondacks in our 2019 Winnebago Travato. We visited Cooperstown, home of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Not only is the Hall of Fame very interesting and worthwhile to see, but we soon discovered that Cooperstown is a quaint little town with breweries, restaurants, bakeries, and it sits on a beautiful lake complete with a marina and lighthouse. We camped at a Harvest Host site about 4 miles outside of Cooperstown. It was called the Fly Creek Cider Mill. It was a great place with lots of room to camp. It had food, had all types of snacks and ciders. It was a brewery and had a picnic area where you could watch the geese and ducks. Overall, it was a great Harvest Host. After Cooperstown, we worked our way up through the Adirondacks to Lake Placid. We passed one beautiful lake after another. It was a day of great mountains and lakes. Unfortunately, a lot of the places were already closed for the season. Our first stop in Lake Placid was the Olympic Village, home of the 1932 and 1980 Winter Olympics. We toured the village where the athletes stay and also watched them practice ski jumping into the water. We stayed at Lake Placid KOA and the next day toured Whiteface Mountain, home of the 1980 Winter Olympic alpine skiing events. It was windy, so we didn't go up on the gondola, but it was unbelievably steep and big. Next stop was Lake George, where we enjoyed a free jazz concert, took a ride on a steamboat that toured the lake, went downtown, had a great meal, and camped right in town at the Battleground State Park, a beautiful park right in the center of town where we could walk everywhere. Next, we visited the quaint city of Saratoga, New York, home of the Saratoga Racetrack and the Horse Racing Hall of Fame. It was a beautiful, quaint little town full of beautiful restaurants, and the old racetrack was unbelievable. Our last stop on the trip is we went to Woodstock. The town is still like back in the 70s, kind of hippish, with lots of art and crafts and fine restaurants. We then went to the original Woodstock site in Bethel, New York. It is now a museum and has highlights of the site where the original Woodstock was held. They hold concerts and events there annually, and it is available for rent and has become a permanent fixture within the community.